Welcome back everybody to another episode of our Ziggurat 2 playthrough. It's been a little bit on my end. I hope everybody's doing quite fine today. In the last episode we unlocked a new character. I don't remember the name of the character. Something like, Glindor. No, that was not in the memory banks at all. But we're gonna try to try this character out. So far we have unlocked all the heroes that are available, it seems. So that's cool. Also, I do believe there was another update for this game since this recording and the last one. So there might be some new content in that manner as well. There's definitely a whole lot of weapons and other stuff that we still have to get, so we'll take care of that. We have 49 coins. What are we gonna spend them on? I like Spectral Bolt. There you go. A little something nice for you. Are you level? Yeah, let's see what it get. Less mana usage. They're never that interesting. But I mean, I guess, hey, it's not like they're not meant to like change everything. They're just supposed to be, you know, nice little perks. Tiny little perk. Yes. We can afford that as well. What is it? Increased fire rate. Pretty cool. Alright, we're done with that. So, I went too far back there. Yeah, we're gonna head on. Do we have... No, we need 4 map pieces for the next location. And we've unlocked 3 skull difficulty, it looks like. That's interesting. So I think we're gonna start here. Glindor, perfect. Just what I was looking for. Spectral Bolt, built. I don't like Thunderspark, so we will never use it. And this will do. Soul Wand, Spectral Bolt. Yeah, this should do. So, similarly to, I think, my, what's it called playthrough, my Rogue Legacy playthrough. I am still in the great city of New York. Still kicking it back in my home city, so, you know. It's a bit of a change of scenery for me. I mean, it's really not that much of a difference, because I'm pretty much just inside the whole time. So not much has changed. But it is funny how, how much like my own normal life, quarantine life actually is. I actually went out like a couple of Sundays ago to my the church that I go to in Maryland. I went there because I was helping out that day, and like saying hello to people in person. Okay, I'm taking a lot of damage. Now it's fine that I take damage, right? Because it becomes mana. Also, I'm going to switch to this and try to pick up some of what has been dropped as well. Don't want to lose that. Speaking of that, though. Ooh, I mean, yeah, it definitely looks... Anyone else seeing, like, some differences in here? I don't know. Maybe it's just like me, but, like, the bloom... I think this is a totally new room layout that we've never even seen before. The damage numbers, that's new. Definitely new. I think they were working on putting the damage numbers into the game. Now that they're there, I am just... That is actually incredibly exciting. That like, pops the game open another level for me, because, like, now I have, like, a more specific understanding of what I'm looking at. Real quick, I want to see what Glindor does, because I remember that he has a shell of some sort, but let's see exactly what it is. I just said shell because I saw the word. I didn't remember it. Become invulnerable for 5 seconds. While shell is active, damage received is converted into mana. Okay, so I'm invulnerable for 5 seconds. That's cool. Ow. I don't know why I stood there and just took it, but I think it was like, I was like, oh, it's alright. Stand still. 5 seconds, not that long. Not that long. Oh, but do y'all see how much mana that gave us just now? That's incredible. I'm also almost dead, so we should be very careful right now. I'm not killing any of them. Oh, that level up was very, very, very useful. Great timing. Pick up some of this stuff. Take in some more damage. Be careful. Do this and just stand and let them feed you. The siphon. The great siphoning. Where are you? There we go. Okay. Okay. Gotta pick up everything. We don't want to drop a single drop. We don't want to drop a drop? Yeah, sure. Whatever. Words be words. But yeah, when I was there, the whole not being able to get close to people and like doing the whole elbow thing, not really any buddy. It was I mean, I don't dislike any of the people, but that was I felt very comfortable keeping social distance. felt so even a little bit natural for me, which is we'll do that. Always amnesia. Should we start with Dark Forge? Well, we will. Black Orb, we will. So we got Eagle Claw. I imagine Dark Forge, yeah, did it for Staff, so Staff is what we're gonna be tending towards during this run, at least for right now. I'm sure that we'll be able to supplement it. Also, yes, the difficulty has certainly increased, so I gotta keep that in mind, because just because I'm used to things a certain way doesn't mean they'll be that way the whole time. Things are definitely prone to change very quickly. And I might end up on the tail end of something nasty if I don't stay on my toes, you know? So here we can spend some of the coins that we have accrued. I hope there might be an HP thing here. There is not. However, there is Asiro's Shield, something that I've not really used. I used it at one time that I died, but I mean, I feel like I don't like the Firestorm grenades. I really just don't. I wish that I did. I'll take it. No! No, I thought we didn't already have one. I'm stupid. That was a waste. That was a big waste. I should have just, you know, checked. It would have taken, like, literally, I was like, it's just like moving my eyes down very slightly. But I guess I was thinking of something else. I was like, oh, we definitely chose not to take any of the amulets for the extra coin. But that is incorrect. Where is it? Where's the chest for us to begin this challenge? Yeah, I mean, I've spoken about it before. I'm an introvert, you know, not necessarily one for oh, walked right into the fire. Interesting. So now we actually have like concrete damage values. That I do find that quite interesting. I mean, I have no idea, like I don't have much of a reference for damage right now, you know? We're still in the very early stages of using this damage thing as it is right now. Please hit me. Please hit me. Okay. It did not work so great. Okay, that's good. We're getting a better understanding. 20 damage for each one, and I think they follow you. Do they? Do they track? They might not. No, they do track. At least in theory they do. I don't know. It seemed like it was tracking in practice there. I'm not gonna lie. But I might be wrong. Oh man, I don't remember if I talked about on the bus ride to New York. The man on the bus was the person that I was sitting next to on the bus the first on the way to New York was just not even like they were the worst in like the most like mundane and baseline level of the word, in that they were just it all just boiled down to the fact that they just didn't want to wear the mask. I don't understand why that would be the case. We're in like a public place. It's a bus. You're not at home. It's like the bus's policy that you're supposed to wear gloves. You're supposed to wear a mask while you're on the bus. They had their mask on their face, but they were just like, oh no, I'm just gonna, you know, I don't need to, I'm exempt from this. I'm different from all you plebs. And so they just chose to put their mask under their face the entire bus ride. And I, in my infinite wisdom, I mean, I was just trying to find a place to sit. Because, you know, I was in the situation where I was just hoping, oh boy, that attack is a little bit more dangerous than I first imagined. Oh! I stood right into it. Okay. We gotta be very careful right now, dude. We gotta be very careful. HP is at an all-time low. Oh, we're out of magic there. Oh, I know what we can do. You gonna do it again? Hit me. Thank you. Oh my gosh, that fills you up like right away. That's pretty great. But yeah, it was just aggravating, and yeah, in my infinite wisdom, I chose to sit next to him. I mean, the bus was sort of full. Anytime I get on a bus, one of my various strategies for bus riding is just trying to find the place that is most open for seating. All right, we are back. Had a question from my roommate that I had to answer. What was I just saying? Yeah, between these two, I think, I mean, Specialist is obviously just like a better, actually it's not a better Warlock. I'm gonna go with Specialist. Okay. So I think that, Mana Rule 20, oh no, it was Staff. It chose Staff, but it didn't switch to it. Because I thought in previous patches, whatever it chose it would like switch to, so that you just like have an idea. Or at the very least, I wish there was just like Like, it would just physically say, like, it would just have the message, be like, staff, Blanca's staff has been increased, or just like, it affected staff. But as I was saying, yeah, I mean, since I live somewhat close to New York, as far as like actual traveling goes, anytime I have to travel to New York or travel back to like my like parents' house or like that area, it's not that complex, you know, it's fairly straightforward. This does more damage than it looked like. I wonder, it does different damage to different things. But also, yeah, it does have increased damage, doesn't it? Like 20%, I think. So that's pretty good. Alright. Hit me. I do think I shot that thing. Something that I did not know was possible previously. But as a result of the fact that, yeah, I can just take a bus, sometimes a train. I don't think I've ever actually taken a train to get to Maryland from New York, but if I ever would need to, I would be able to, because like I said, you know, we're pretty close as far as our distance goes. Please, all of you die. Yeah, that's perfect. Straight line. Fight. Stand in a line and die. But I try to, you know, because I do that so often, you know, you try to streamline the process, try to make it as comfortable, as nice as you can. And one of the ways that I do that is, you know, trying to find a place, because I'm tall. I mean, this is pretty much just like the be-all and end-all of it, is that I'm very tall. It takes a lot of space. I need a good amount of space to be able to like stretch my legs and not be incredibly uncomfortable, especially on a bus where the seats are like very close together, you know. There's not a lot of breathing room, not a lot of leg room, not a lot of leg space. So, you know, the ideal situation is that I'm sitting with no one next to me. There's no one in the chair next to me, and that's not always possible. I would have hoped, you know, my general hope is that like during a time like this, they would try to make sure that their buses aren't filled to the brim, just for, you know, safety's sake. And at this point, I am speaking of Greyhound, because that is the bus of choice for me as of right now. You know, you could take Greyhound, you could take Megabus, you could take, what is it? Bolt Bus. They're all pretty straightforward. Come on, hit me. There you go. Alright, that didn't go so well. We lost a lot of money here. Let's see if we can pick up anything down here. We don't have space for that. Or we don't have any need for that. Ooh, that was a bad shot. You see the way my hand just like moved like that when I try to shoot? My hand is not steady whatsoever. But yes, you would hope that they'd, you know, try to space out the people, space out the passengers as much as possible, but I don't want either of these. This sucks. Alright, fine. Okay, well, okay. As far as things go, we're not mad. We got a strengthened skull of Xanatos. 120%. Now that's pretty good if I say so myself. I am a fan. So yeah, bus fill to the brim. They still do that, even though, I mean, in my opinion, I would say that's a pretty bad idea at a time like this. But you know, they're a business. They gotta sell tickets, I guess. But and so, I mean, the, you know, next best thing is, at the very least, everyone's wearing a mask. Everybody is, you know, following the basic guidelines, you know, taking care of themselves and the people around them, as one is wont to do, as one ought to do, you know? What you hope for, expect, hope for is what I would say, you know? Wow, okay. Just a couple of whiffs. Hit him, hit him. But, you know, it wasn't the case. The person sitting next to me was freaking, you know, throwing all that to the wind. Everything that holds the fabric of our society together, that mutual trust, just shit on it. And so, you know, as you can hear, you know, I wasn't necessarily too pleased about it. I was, like I said before, when I was getting in there, lose 75% of your health, get some shield in exchange. How much shield? Oh, like max health? What is some? How much is some shield? That's dangerous. I very much dislike that. I like very, very much dislike that. Are we done with this floor? We are. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. We should get the shield back, so that shouldn't be much of a problem. We can regain all of our mana by spending money. Maybe we'll do that. It might keep us alive. when otherwise we might be dead. So I think I'm going to, you know, splurge. I always mistake splurge and spooge, or splooge. That's because a friend of mine has done that previously, to hilarious comedic fashion, you know. Whoa! I think I tried to vault on top of the door. That's interesting. I don't think that's necessarily by design. But yeah, no, the person that I was sitting next to, when I got on the bus was pretty full. I think it had like one layover. And by layover, I mean like one transfer, or like it was stopping in a different stop. It wasn't straight to New York. So, it wasn't necessarily perfect. But in situations like that, you're usually lucky, because if it's like full in one part, there's like a pretty big chance that like some people will get off and you might, you know, end up with someone with like an open space. And I mean, my general plan for that sort of stuff is something that I used to do in the past. I don't really do it anymore because I feel like it's in bad taste now. But you know, I would enter, and like anytime I would be sitting in like a seat that there's no one next to, I would look around, and as soon as anyone like starts to get close, I'd just be like, okay, now I'm gonna act like I have a cold. I'm just gonna start coughing, sneezing. I had like a bag of tissues in my backpack, and I just like, you know, use them. Be like, oh man, I'm so sick, I'm sorry. Just to kind of, you know, get those people to leave me alone and not sit next to me. And I know that's not necessarily a nice, honest thing to do. Okay, I'm almost dead. It's not a very honest thing to do. Not at all a very honest thing to do. But you know, I don't really get on the bus to be an honest person. I get on the bus to get to my destination, and hopefully as comfortably as possible. So, you know, that was what I was concerning myself with at the time. I think my max health is like 40. That's so shitty. I really do hate that. I'll do this. Okay, we've lost the staff, meaning that we've lost the thing that is the strongest of all of our things. That's wonderful. We'll try to survive. But you know, literally, I mean, while that is somewhat frowned upon, I would say, but acceptable, you know, when we're not in a pandemic. Now that we are, I don't think acting like I'm sick to get people to not sit next to me is really great. I don't know, it feels worse in this climate. So I couldn't do that to try to get someone to, you know, get out of the seat. And when I got on, there were already people on the bus from like presumably a different stop. So, you know, you just look around, find a person who looks fine. The person that I chose was not wearing a mask when I saw the dude. And he was like, you know, bearded, somewhat middle-aged white man. And I saw him and I was like, oh, he looks like a human being. I don't freaking know. It's not my job to you know, take care of stuff like that. And I sat next to him, you know, with the expectation, oh, he just has his mask off because he's, you know, we're at a stop, he's uncomfortable. It doesn't actually make sense in hindsight, you know? Why would he take his mask off specifically when he's about to see more people, you know? I don't know why I didn't reconcile that at the time, but I was like, you know, this makes sense. He doesn't want to wear his mask right now. That's totally reasonable. So, you know, sat next to the dude, looking over every now and again. I'm like, oh, has he put his mask on? Is it on? Is it on? And the answer was no. The whole time. The answer was just no. And I just got sadder and sadder. I'd like sleep. And he was also the kind of dude who, you know, fucking takes up the space and also the space next to him on the bus. So, you know, I had to like squeeze myself, me, all 6'4" of me, and be like, oh yeah, no, I'll only take up this much space. And you know, general aggravating stuff. General aggravation. Well, not much you can do other than just be mad later and like complain about it to my audience. You know. But luckily, the dude wasn't going all the way to New York. He got off in Philadelphia, so, you know, I didn't have to deal with it the whole time, just for a large percentage of the time. And, you know, then, you know, suddenly I'm starting to worry, oh man, I wonder if I got coronavirus. I mean, the dude next to me was definitely not wearing a mask, so it's very possible. Oh yeah, it's so possible. And, you know, that's just an extra bit of stress that this person has just applied to my life. Just like +1 stress. That's like +10 stress, honestly. And it just wholly unnecessary. He had the mask on his face. It was already there. All you had to do was like put it like over the face. But you know, I guess I just can't be happy, you know? And I accept that. I accept that. Fine. But you know, do it in ways that I at least approve of. If you're gonna make me unhappy, universe, you know? I don't want to have to freaking worry about something like that. And then like I get back to New York, and you know, as I talked about, I think in my Rogue Legacy video, New York is like taking the whole coronavirus business very seriously, which is understandable and also like, you know, a good thing. Like that's good. I'm glad. But main problem is that for me, I came back to New York to do something. I didn't just come to play around, you know? Came here for a reason. And I came to do that reason. That's not how that works. I came to, you know, fulfill that purpose. And having to quarantine because I'm coming from a different state, because it's the holiday time, and so many people have chosen this time to, you know, go and meet their family, despite the, you know, CDC saying it's a bad idea. And I mean, honestly, in that sense, I'm kind of no better, because I too am also here to. Ooh, look at this. Do we want the barrier or the enrage? We'll just go for the damage. I didn't mean to use that. This is a new floor though, so we should be fine. But yeah, it's not, you know, I'm also kind of going against the wishes of the CDC by doing what I'm doing. And by what I'm doing, I mean like I am, you know, going to a different place, traveling. Big traveling, not necessarily for family or for the holidays, for work, but you know, it's still not necessarily what they want. So, you know, you do what you gotta do. I got a COVID test on like the day I got back, and then I got another one this like past Friday. And today is Sunday. If you care about the timing of all this stuff. Come on. Yes. Keep hitting me. Alright, stop hitting me now. I don't like it anymore. I no longer like you to hit me. Please stop. Okay. There we go. I think we got everybody. That went pretty well, I'd say. We've gotten nothing that increases the amount of XP that we receive. So that's a little unfortunate, but as far as levels go, we're like, what level? Oh, I guess we'll find out after we're done with this. Bookworm, you know it. More choices, please. What level are we? We're level 10. Oh, the coin. I saw the coin when I hit the F button. Hit F again for the coin, everybody. That's pretty much all we can do at this point. It's all we can do for them. Man, you think that Call of Duty, if they went back and saw this, the F to pay respects meme that is just like proliferated all of like, not all of, but a lot of gaming, you know, social media. Do you think they'd do it again? I think they'd do it again. I mean, you know, this is, I was gonna say this is show business. It's not show business, but it is business. And publicity is publicity, whether it's good or bad, whether it's about something being cringe or something being good. I mean, I doubt it ever sold copies, but it got people talking about the game, you know? People were like, did you hear that in COD they had a cringe-ass scene where you hit F to pay respect to fallen soldiers? Yeah, that's definitely not like, you know, I don't think that's what they were going for. I could be wrong. If I am wrong, I'd be very surprised. But, you know, it still worked out at the end. Essentially, you know, within various means. It's not necessarily... I mean, yeah, businesses don't really care about their image in that sense. They care about their image as far as, like, you want to buy their shit. You know? It's capitalism, baby. It is beautiful. And by beautiful, I mean, it's what we got. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah. Oh wow, I think that was it. Was that all the enemies? No others anywhere else? They were all at the bottom? Indeed they were. Question after question, eh? Okay, so now we actually have 3 choices now. I don't remember how long this was, and I don't think this said that this was the final floor, so this should be fine. Oopsies. Scavenger. Alright. Yep, just a transition room. That is everything. Indeed it is. Ow. It's fine if I take damage like that though, because I got, you know, the whole shield business going on here right now, which is nice. I mean, like, shield isn't bad. I mean, the point of the whole, I mean, I think that blessing definitely has its place. It's not necessarily my favorite. I need this because I need a weapon. Yeah, this is the one that shoots the homing missiles. What do we think? Do we think mana is more important? I mean, we run out pretty quickly. We do. HP. We have armor. If we can survive for long enough and not take any damage, we should be in no danger, but I think we can cut it close. If it goes badly and we die, then we will die. If it goes well, or if it goes badly and we almost die, we can just come back and take that relic. Amulet? I think it's an amulet. Is it an amulet or a relic? It's a amulet. It's a ramulet. It's a Remulon. I don't know where that's from. The phrase Remulon or the word Remulon. It's just in my head for some reason. Urguth. The Wise? No, that's not gonna work. How much damage do they do? 222. 167. I tried to dash. What happened there? I didn't like that. Alright, just keep hitting them. Take the damage. Did I really run out already? That's impossible. I refuse that notion. That future. That's not... Yeah, you can definitely see that we're not doing enough damage to that dude there. Yeah, that's what we should do. Yeah, use this. Just as it is. It does pretty great damage. It lights on fire. And it makes them drop a whole bunch of stuff that can use to survive. Alright, that should kill that guy. That should kill that guy. That should kill those guys is my hope. There we go. Bang, bang. Some unnecessary damage there. Oh, that hit me right in the face, dude. I did not enjoy that. I hope that that worked as I hoped, but I don't know if it did. Alright, I mean, we're doing fine for HP at the end of the day, I gotta say. I mean, we're not necessarily having a blast, but we're doing fine. Oh, what hit me? I hate when I am assailed by something I do not see. Yeah, I don't like the damage. It just doesn't, it feels like it should do way more damage than it does, you know? Alright. Here. I can at least hit them with these, even if they don't do a lot of damage. But they do a pretty good amount of damage, all things considered. And it's still my absolute best weapon. Alright, I'm glad that he didn't spawn any more enemies as we were fighting. Nope, walk in. On to the next. I hope I didn't miss the knowledge crystals. Alright, that's the second floor completed. Accuracy is still looking pretty good. We're not doing terribly. I'm still a little apprehensive. I mean, I didn't even stop to think about going back for that amulet. But we've made our decision. This is life. This is what is going to happen. Alright, freezing hail. We do not want. We'd like a new alchemy weapon. It's interesting. It seems that I have the most issues with the alchemy weapons as far as like favorites and non-favorites. I don't know. This weapon is just kind of, it just doesn't have any oomph. Like it kind of feels like it should. You're shooting a rocket, you know? You expect that when you shoot a rocket, it's gonna, you know, go boom, and the boom will be big, and people will be hurt by it, you know? But it doesn't feel like that's the case, you know? It just doesn't feel like it. It feels like it, like you hit them with it, and it's like, eh. It doesn't seem like it's that much more damage than like just the Skull of Thanatos, you know? Although I have upgraded the Skull of Thanatos, certainly more than I've upgraded the other thing. Ow, did not see you there. But I mean, you know, it's still just, it don't feel right. It's missing a little something. It just doesn't have that je ne sais quoi, you know? Okay, more shield. Like we get 4. Or this. So this is, yeah, this is fine. Because our HP increasing is, I mean, we don't have that much HP in the first place. So that's not that bad. Oh boy. I was around a dog yesterday and I had forgotten. Maybe I had forgotten or it's never been this bad, but like my allergies or my like animal allergies are much worse than I remember. I mean, you know, I have had allergies essentially. I mean, I don't know if I would say my whole life because I used to be around dogs when I was younger and didn't seem to have that much. Okay, no knockback on that dude. Not a fan. Oh, that doesn't do knockback, period. That does though. Okay. Oh, yeah, this is a good time for this actually. Yes, keep hurting me. Hurt me more. Okay, hurt me less, hurt me less, hurt me less, hurt me less, hurt me less. I mean, real quick, I gotta run around and pick up all these scraps, boys. Don't mind me. Just passing through. Boom, boom, boom. Alright. Yeah, I mean, I not a big pet guy. That much has been true, essentially, my entire life. I mean, I never had pets. Never had a pet of my own. I've been around pets, like some of my close friends, cousins had pets. Oh, seems my pop filter decided to go on a journey of its own, randomly. That was weird. Give me one quick second while I fix this, everybody. Apologies for the excess noise. There. That's like kind of better. I don't know what that was about. But yes. I was around pets in varying degrees, tiny and big enemies. You must be the tiny one. Where are the big ones? I want to see a biggie. Where the big ones at? Nope. I feel like I'm gonna be surprised when just one just shows up in my front. Oh! Almost got me with that shot. Okay, here. Gotta do this. And just keep shooting. It's basically the same as the one that like makes it so the blood sacrifice that makes it so we don't, you know, use any mana. It's essentially the same, other than it's just like the difference is instead of it being that you don't use any mana. I mean, you do still not use any. Oh no, do you use mana? It just makes you invulnerable, so I guess you do use mana. But you replenish it as you use it. So it's essentially the same as not using it in this case. Specifically this case. I wish that it chose this spell for my max damage, or for my increased damage, you know? Because, you know, we all know how I feel about the skull. It's my baby. It's my fave. How much left? One? I didn't really see any big enemies. Did y'all see big enemies here? Because I didn't really see anything. Okay, let's see what we got. Scholar, a little late. Golden weapon is totally fine. Or transmutation. Alright, I will totally take the blunderbuss. It might not, I mean, it has more oomph. Now that we can see the damage values, we might know just how much oomph we're talking and how much we're, you know, how much is just in our head. But it definitely feels like it's a lot. Like we got some oomph going, you know? Feels a little oomphy. Ow. Took a little damage on the side, that's alright. Do we pick up everything that was dropped? No. Yeah, exactly. You don't want to miss stuff like that. Go ahead and charge it up. You know that those things are coming right for you. Those things are coming right for you. Keep charging, keep charging. Okay. But yeah, no, the Doge dog, bless her heart, beautiful, wonderful dog. But you know, I'm not built for it anymore. I did take allergy medication. I took a Zyrtec, which is not necessarily my med of choice. I usually go for Benadryl because it's, you know, you can take more of it at once. It's more faster acting. At least it feels that way. I mean, I have no idea what the actual stats are for things like that. I mean, I'm not a fucking medical professional. I'm just a person using the stuff. I don't, you know, I just use the stuff. I don't make it. But all the same, the whole night, I mean, you know, allergy, symptoms, stuffy nose, I said stuffy nose twice, stuffy nose, you know, sneezing. I mean, I've talked about how sensitive my nostrils are, and I've sneezed on video more times than I've wished. In fact, it is quite bad to the point that when I was filming like on Wednesday, I ended up sneezing because I mean we were wearing masks, and so like my nose gets itchy often, and like you got to be very like crafty and specific in how you go about scratching it. Because let's do this. Wonderful. Yes. Because you know, if you're in one wrong swipe and you're gonna start a sneezing fit. When you're me, specifically. So I was, unfortunately, in such a situation. The nostrils were itchy, couldn't really scratch them, really. Just like rubbing the face mask and face shield as we were like in the filming area. And I got myself into one of my sneezing fits, and I was just like, okay, they've said action. They have said action. I need to be quiet. Oh, we don't have it? We don't have the magic lock, okay. So it was just the worst. I felt bad. It wasn't like too distracting, luckily. I mean, just like, thank goodness. Because I would have been so embarrassed if they had to like stop to like just let me sneeze for a little bit. Thank goodness, thank God that was not the case. I was able to just like, it was only like twice that I sneezed, like big sneezes, you know? And you know, I was trying to cover it up as much as possible. You know, do what you can to not be as much of a nuisance as you might seem to be at the time. But when you need to sneeze, there's really not much you can do about it, you know? You can cover your face. That's pretty much all I can do. Like covering the nostrils thing, I remember like seeing that in like a cartoon. I think it's the first time I saw somebody do that. You know, put the finger over the nostrils. And I was like, does that work? And it kind of does work, actually. If it's like if the urge is not very strong, it'll definitely do a little bit, and go a little ways to stop that sneeze. But it always feels like it's like an inevitable thing, even if you like stop yourself from sneezing. If you don't let it out, it's gotta come out somehow. And so it did. I was a little embarrassed. Try to cover my face and make it as like inconspicuous as possible as they're filming. I would be interested to even see like the footage and see what I look like when that's happening, because I'm sure it's not very great. Definitely not too convincing. You can't really cover that up very well. But, you know, do what you gotta do. Get back into it. And that was essentially a replay of what was happening. Oh, look at this. My health is full. My armor is full. Oh, my health is full. My armor is not. But yeah, that was essentially a replay of what happened when I was with my friend's dog. Just kind of sneezing, and then my eyes started to get itchy, which is like probably the worst thing. Because when your eyes start itching, it's just, there's no winning. There's no positive, like, state. There's no positive, like, state of being when your eyes are itchy because of allergies. Because either your eyes are itchy and you scratch them, which is just GG, game over. You've just fallen for the trap card. You've betrayed yourself, you know? Or, I mean, that's just because as soon as you scratch, it's just gonna itch more. You scratch and the scratch is much worse than it ever would have been. Yeah, I should have done this first. Yeah, that'll do, that's perfect. Oh, got two at once. What is that? What is that? I was like, was I doing that? Was I creating the... Oh, killed somebody up here. But yeah, you just invite more sneezes, more worse eye pain. Because as soon as you scratch it, it's just... I don't even know what the scientific reasoning or the scientific explanation for that actually is, but like, it's just the worst. It's just so painful. It's just, your eye just becomes much more itchy. And you just got it, and it just makes you want to scratch it more. And if you do it even more, then it's just, you're falling into this horrible hole of self-harm, in like the mildest term, in the mildest use of the word. But even if you don't scratch it, even if you just leave it be, you use that willpower and you just kind of just stay with it. You're like, nah, we're not touching it. Even if that's the case. That's like the best case scenario, because at least you're not making it worse. But even then, your eyes just feel terrible. They're like pulsing, and they're just like, they feel bad, and literally you just have to like say to yourself over and over again, don't scratch your eyes, don't do it. Because if you're absent-minded for like even a moment, you're just gonna go right to it, you know? And it's just, it's so annoying. That's probably like my least favorite symptom of allergies, is just like itchy eyes. Because the sneezing is annoying, especially because I sneeze pretty violently and like loudly. So, you know, it's definitely not ideal. I'm never gonna be like, oh yeah, yay sneezing. But I'll definitely take the sneezing over having to deal with that sort of eye strain and eye pain, eye trouble. Because it is just demoralizing and annoying. I mean, just freaking the worst. The absolute worst. Yeah, so I mean, you know, that was the reality of my life for a time, but then it wasn't, you know? Okay, HP is not looking too great. HP is not looking too great right now. Kill him from afar, kill him from afar, kill him from afar. Oh boy. Ugh. There we go, that HP was so necessary. We got it. That's it, that's it. That was close. I had to take a little second to take account of what we had going on there. Else we might have not made it past that boss. But we did. That was a pretty good run. This character is pretty interesting. I see the appeal, the whole invincibility thing. It doesn't last too long. I don't know how long Jacob's blood sacrifice thing lasts, so depending on that, that might determine which one I like between the two more. I mean, this one is predicated on you getting hit, so it's, in that sense, less ideal. Ooh, is that a wand? That's an ice wand, right? Because I don't think we had any ice wands as of yet. Interesting. Lindor has been... Oh, Skull Xanatos is leveled up again. Atlantean Spear, of course. We use the Soul Wand whenever we're out of weapons, so that's also nice. What level is this? It's already gotten everything. All of its special effects. The damage is plus 120. Beautiful. Okay. Well, we finished a nice little quest, and that will do for this episode, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to see more episodes like this one, you know where to go. Check the playlist out. You can like the video if you want to, and if you enjoyed the video. And if you want to see more videos like this one, you hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much. Guys, that will be all. I hope you're all staying safe out there. I hope you guys are having wonderful days. And if not, I hope this might have done a little something to make the day better. All the same, as always, everybody, have a good one.